Greetings, everybody. It is actually Friday, December the 18th. I'm actually doing this on time. It's the last two Fridays were pretty rough, but I managed to get it out today on time, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get it out within the next hour or so. And if you haven't had a chance, Denise Ellis, our Chief Personnel Officer, also posted a video. So take a look at that if you get a chance. She posted a video because hopefully by now you've noticed that you have an extra paycheck. I spoke about this on my last video, but there was a problem with email at the beginning of last week. So a lot of people said they couldn't even access the video. So I understand. But as Denise says in her video, you have an extra paycheck. It is a $200 additional paycheck. Usually we would be having a staff meeting around this time of year. Actually, yesterday we actually had our staff meeting scheduled. And at that staff meeting, we give out our end of the year bonuses. And usually our normal end of the year bonus is around $50. But like I said in my last video, it's been a hard year. Not only has it been a hard year, but uh, we've not been able to do staff meetings. We've not been able to do staff meetings. And the December staff meeting was supposed to be our big fling around our 40th year anniversary. We didn't get to do that either. So I asked Tim Walters to sweep up all of the monies that we would have been spending and give them back to you in an increase in our annual bonus. So your bonus this year consisted of the normal, the 50, and then another sweep of an additional 150. That'll be one time, unfortunately for this year only, in light of this terrible pandemic and the impact that it's had on us. So uh, I hope that really can help some folks as we go into the Christmas holidays. Okay, so to talk about first, um, COVID. I always start with talking about COVID, and I know you're probably very tired of hearing all of this, but we need to hear this. Right now, Friday at almost noon, it's close, about 11 o'clock or so, we have 32 staff that are on quarantine. 32. And in the last week alone, we've had nine staff who have tested positive. This is really getting very frightening. Not only are we worried about staff being sick, we've actually had now a total of two staff that have had to be hospitalized. They're no longer hospitalized, of course, and doing better. But this is getting to be very frightening. And next week is our holiday week. I'm not going to beg like I usually do. You know the drill. You know what we're facing. If you haven't had a chance to read it, Joy Gandy, our Chief of Special Projects, also wrote a very heartfelt and poignant email based specifically on her experiences in her own family setting. Please take a look and read that. Uh, I really applauded Joy for her candid transparency and her honesty and her bravery in being willing to share with y'all openly. Uh, to really know what to expect, perhaps, out of the holidays. Some of the assumptions we may have been making over the past few weeks of whether something was safe, whether it was okay or safe. really may not be holding true. Um, so, as her experience revealed to us. So, I'll beg again, be safe, be very, very careful. Don't take anything for granted. This is a sneaky virus. And even though there have been those of us who have been very, very safe, not going hardly anywhere and observing all of the safety precautions, masking, social distancing, and everything, there's been cases where even that has resulted in someone catching the virus. So, like I said, it's a sneaky virus. And once again, I'll say if you're in doubt, go to mycovidrisk.app on your internet and go through the different algorithms, go through the different circumstances for the different locations, and check into it. Make sure that it is safe. It's a lot of staff that are on quarantine. It's a lot of staff over the past week, 9 staff who have tested positive. So it's serious. In that same vein, though, I know you've probably heard about the vaccine. Of course, in accordance with the CDC guidelines and our State Department of Health guidelines, and for other reasons too, the hospitals, the large hospital systems, have been the first to receive the vaccine. The first vaccine to go out, of course, was Pfizer. And it made sense that only large entities could get it because special provisions had to be made for the storage since it could only be stored at minus 9 degree Fahrenheit, which is colder than any normal freezer. And it could only be left on dry ice for a very short period of time during transport and until the vaccine could be provided, or else it would be a big waste of vaccine. So I get it. Hospitals needed to be the first level of deployment, especially since Pfizer was going to be the first vaccine to be approved. And they've been moving forward rapidly in all of our large hospital systems across the state to get those frontline employees that have had great risk because that's where the hospitalized and the most severe cases of the coronavirus have ended up. So it's made sense. But we are still on the list. Our vaccine deployment agreement with DHEC has been approved. There are key nurses in each of the sites who will be accountable for this. And we're almost 99.9% confident that the vaccine that will be deployed for FQHCs will not be the Pfizer, but it will be instead the Moderna vaccine. And the Moderna vaccine is rapidly moving toward approval out of the FDA. It doesn't have all those weird storage requirements. So that will enable us to be able to deploy the vaccine much more readily and easily within our own site locations and transport it. So we're pretty excited about that. But I am very much aware that folks have been concerned about the vaccine. I've been attending webinars and special videos and so forth. I listened to the blog post that Marek and his team have been doing every week, every Friday on Facebook, and he's also going to provide a direct link for that blog post because on that particular Facebook blog, Dr. Jane Kelly, who is the assistant epidemiologist at our State Department of Health, was on there. And I'll tell you, Dr. Kelly, she is really good. She knows her stuff. She knows the real ins and outs of this vaccine development and answered a lot of questions and has such a depth of knowledge It was a very, very good video to view, and I really encourage all of you, especially those of you who might be kind of on the fence about this, take a look at that. I really think that she will make a difference in your decision around being able to decide whether or not you want to take that vaccine or not. I once again forgot to mute my phone. So, and if you'd also like some other resources, there's another young lady. I'm kind of partial to the women. Dr. Kizmikia Corbett. Dr. Corbett is from North Carolina, so she's pretty local also. She's been a person who was born and raised in North Carolina, uh, but is also extraordinarily well trained. She works at NIH now, and she has been very, very key in this vaccine development. She's all over the web, so you can look for Kizzy Corbett, Corbett, and see what she has also to say. There's videos and what have you, and she too has a lot of encouragement and a great depth of understanding because she was actually engaged in the vaccine development. So I know it's a tough time. The CDC and the FDA are very encouraging. The CDC is going to offer folks who take the vaccine access to a special portal that they have developed where you'll be able to check in and talk about any side effects that you've had. The first week after your vaccination, you'll be checking in with the CDC weekly, daily on the first week if you choose to do so. It's voluntary and can report any concerns, any questions you've had. And after that, it'll be weekly. Remember that both vaccines, the Moderna vaccine and the Pfizer vaccine, are a two-dose vaccine, so there'll have to be a second dose. But nonetheless, CDC is staying in touch with folks who voluntarily want to join that portal and give them up-to-date reactions that you may have had. They don't expect many, but they want to know. And that will inform the public and inform them also. So I'm really encouraging that. I think it's a really cool thing that CDC has developed this. It really gives us a sense of confidence that they're on top of this and they're really going to stay tuned for any developments that are happening with the vaccine and keep us all informed. I'm going to switch gears now to the other things that have been on our plate. I know that we have been plagued by these IT data issues. And as if there wasn't enough happening with the internet and all of the problems that our cloud hosting partner NetGain has had when they were cyber attacked. Probably cyber attacked by Russia, because if you've been on the news, you've seen that the nation has identified that there have been cyber attacks from Russia, not only to businesses and industries like NetGain, but also across the United States, like other hospitals and even our state agencies, the Department of Treasury. So, if it makes you feel any better, we're not alone in this. This has been a national problem. Um, but our partners are working hard. Uh, Things do continue to happen, but we are trying to control those things. On Monday, of course, as everybody knows, we didn't have email access. Passwords were wiped out, but we're slowly recovering from that. Uh, and in the midst of all of this, you have been implementing a new EHR. Our new EHR, ECW, eClinical Works, went live on Monday in the midst of everything that was happening. I feel your pain. I know this has been a struggle. Although I don't have to use the electronic health record, I can't even imagine how difficult this has been. You got trained virtually, which in and of itself was very difficult. But you are taking on this Herculean this Herculean task, excuse me, and you are doing so. I know you're discouraged, and I know there's been times, and I've heard about them, where folks have just thrown up their hands and said, "I'm done with this." Um, Please try to stay strong. Yep, and now my phone is ringing, so I'm going to have to stop that. I'll tell you, it is one of those days, isn't it, folks? All the interruptions and everything that can go wrong is going wrong. But as I was saying, please try to stay strong. Try to try to stay sane. I know that's a challenge. Uh, I know that it doesn't feel like we've even got holidays ahead of us with all this craziness that's happening. Do the best you can. I know you can. And I'm hoping that by the end of January or the latest, the end of February, this will all be a bad nightmare. We won't remember the struggles of implementing ECW and the data messes that we've had. I'm hoping that. Hope is not exactly a plan. Remember also that we have in our contracts with both ECW and Blue Novo, our consultants on this, we have purchased extra support to give y'all all the training and support that you need. Ask questions. They are there for you. We have paid for this, so use it. We want to support you every way we can. I'm going to close by reminding everyone that it is Cookie Christmas week next week, Monday. You are invited to wear your ugliest Christmas sweater or Christmas outfit. I'm not going to limit it just to sweaters because some of you remember Randy Carlisle's Christmas suit. Some of you have whole suits, whole outfits of Christmas craziness. So on Monday, let's put on that craziness and have fun. And then on Tuesday, we get on the Polar Express wearing our PJs. And it is PJs. It's not negligees or anything like that. It is PJs. So get on that Polar Express on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday you can come out is as your favorite Christmas character or Christmas whatever. I've kind of got my mind planned. It's not a character, but it's going to be Christmassy. So join us in that. It'll be fun. Let's lighten up. Try to have a good time. I'm not sure yet whether I'll do a Christmas video on Wednesday or not. It kind of depends on how the week goes. If I don't do it, let me take this chance to wish y'all a very, very, very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, a happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and remember, there is love all around you. And as Matthew in the Gospels tell us, the angel reminds us that fear not. We have good things ahead of us. Stay strong, Care South. Stay safe. And remember, you are so very important to so many people. Bye bye.